frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson, Grado!
Let's welcome to Football Daft two men who both had back-to-back promotions with Partick Thistle back at the start of the millennium. One of them made over 350 appearances for the club and is currently assistant manager, while the other made over 100 appearances and is currently assistant at Stirling Albion. Please welcome to the show Alan Archibald and Martin Hardie.
Hey! Cheers, guys. Where's Martin?
Martin's not here. Martin's under the table. He doesn't like being on camera.
Where is Martin?
Where
is he, Alan?
I'm not sure. The last time this happened, actually, we were in Blackpool. He never turned up for 2 in the morning. He was in the jail, so...
Tell us more.
Hopefully
Tell us more.
And we're off. And we are off.
Didn't take long.
Yeah, just for the record, I hope Martin's not in Bird Street police station.
I know.
I know. Oh, Christ almighty. So,
So I take it he's just busy, he couldn't make it.
Aye, look, he was working. He was hoping to get here, but he's been held up in work. He's now a full electrician, so that's his day job.
Right, brilliant. Now, Alan, when I go on your Wikipedia, what disappoints me is it doesn't say that you played at the Buffs.
Is that no one?
No, it's not on it. It says you started your career at Partick Thistle. What age were you when you played with Cowan Raiders? Because I remember I must have been about 6 or 7 year old. You, Jerry Polini, absolute heroes, man.
Jerry Polini gets a mention every week, doesn't he?
McCall, Craig Adams. What a team you had down at Buffs Park.
No,
what a tan you had, I know.
It was a great time, actually. Do you know where I got this tan? I think it was this building. The next building was Marco Sports Centre. I used to come down here for a sunbed.
Is that right?
That was my sunbeds running every street corner, to be honest. But, no, it must have been about 17 or 18 year old, I think it was.
Aye.
Thistle went down.
No surprise there.
Aye, we went down to, on the playoffs to Dundee United and made a big kind of slash of the reserve system, so I got loaned out to Quinnan Rangers. It was probably the best thing ever happened to me. Honestly, it was brilliant.
Aye.
I remember that was only the first year that the playoffs got brought in, wasn't it?
I think it was. We
I
lost
remember
the playoff.
that.
I think we were winning. We lost the second leg to Tannadice.
Aye, Dundee United went straight back up. Remember they went down, then they come straight back up.
Was right.
That was a good season. That season for Dundee United.
Just for me, but do you have any memories of any games with the Buffs, like against the Irvine Meadow, the Talbot, anything like that? No.
I remember playing against Irvine Meadow because I lost my tooth.
Right.
And I don't know what game it was. It was midweek playing against Irvine Meadow, and I remember getting into header the ball, and a guy just threw his head back. I think it was deleberate.
Aye.
And I remember my tooth
games.
going all loose, and the old wee guy came on with a sponge and just stuck it right in my mouth. I think the coronavirus now. There we go. There, a sponge right in my mouth. Bite down on that, he said. And that was when I lost my tooth. But you know what? It was brilliant. It was a great time for me, and I met great characters. That was my first text message. Go and meet Jimmy Craney and Jerry Polini. I had to pick one of them up in Govan, and picked the other one up in Paisley, and drove down with them, and
brilliant.
all sorts of stories. It was incredible, honestly. I was only an 18-year-old boy, and my motor was filled with all sorts of stuff, going down to Stirling Ayrshire, and it was just brilliant, honestly. But really good bunch of lads. Looked after you as well.
Aye.
You need to try and get Jerry Polini on the show.
Definitely, man. Aye.
Seriously.
He gets a mention every week.
He does. This guy's a mythical character in my life.
I met him. I was in Trewbury Head, and I hinted for a beer, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and it was Jerry Polini. Not a bit of hair. He used to have the hair
he had alopecia, didn't he?
Oh, well, I'm not sure, but I remember with the slick back hair, tan, 6'4", and just to tap my shoulder. And he's like, Archie, how you doing, son? Not seen you in a long time, but I think he's in my brother's shop, actually. He's in to get his hair cut and ready for it.
Oh, does he?
I thought he was baldy.
Hairdressers, he's in to get that.
I thought he was baldy.
No, he still looks after it.
All right.
Aye.
Takes it in with him.
That's just me. Right, so Alan, let's get into it, right? It's a surprise seeing Thistle at the bottom of the Championship.
It is.
So I think we can all agree on that, innit?
Aye.
But what do you think's went wrong this season?
Well, obviously we only came in September, October. I think when any club you see it, when there's this constant change, it's so long stability. I was part of that for a time, and any club that's got stability for such a long time, things become easy. Then there's change. There was change at board level, there was change at management level, and there's this big entitlement, or everybody thinks you should go right back up. It's not as easy as that. And then if you've turnover managers and turnover staff all the time, I think with any club you see, there's a pattern there and they struggle, and I think that's what's happened again.
See, looking at the Championship at the start of the season, I was talking to my mates about this actually. Out of the teams that were in it, about 90% of them could realistically have won the league. So it's a very, very hard league anyway. You know what
It
I mean?
always has been.
And it's to see Thistle down where they are just now. Obviously, I've always had a soft spot for Thistle. My dad was friendly with a shareholder years ago, and we used to go to the games quite a lot. And I had Thistle
It's a
jerseys
brilliant
and all
club.
that.
It's a great club.
I had Thistle. Like, do you remember the black away kit that had red and yellow, and it looked like a wrote off telly or something like that?
I remember that.
That was my pride and joy. I loved that jersey, man.
There's been a few crackers.
Aye, there has been.
Because there was a pink one a couple of
Aye,
years ago.
that's
I know,
right.
they had the pink one.
Pink one was brilliant.
Aye.
Thistle always do things right out of
first.
left field, don't
Aye.
they? Remember when they brought in the mascot? They got the way to draw the mascot, and then it was like the stuff of nightmares.
The mascot. I was on
He's
holiday.
still there, isn't he?
Aye, Kingsley's still there.
Aye,
Aye,
that's
but
right.
I got a selfie with him.
I
Aye.
think it's a famous artist, the boy Shigley one, that done it. He was part of
Was it
it.
a famous? I genuinely thought it was a Wayne's competition.
No, but that's the story.
It's brilliant though. It's a cracking. It's different. That's what
Aye.
I mean. They're always at the forefront of like trying new stuff and things like that.
So I remember when Rangers were coming up through the leagues and went to Championship, and we didn't come up the first season, remember?
That's right.
In
I
Dutch
remember
Round,
it
it's
well.
like, it's a tough league, guys. I know you remember it well, very good, aye.
The big thing's goal scorers, and I think that in fair to Dundee United, they went out and got their main man, and he's won them probably. I think he'll win them maybe 30 or 40% of their games just with his goals alone. It'll be a massive difference, and that's a big part to play.
That's why I'm surprised that Queen of the South haven't went up, because Dobby scores goals for fun.
Even Derek Lyle, when he was there, man, scored
That's
all the
right,
time.
aye.
Scored goals.
Well, speaking of goal scorers, what happened with Kenny Miller? Was it just a matter of parting ways?
I think the manager just wanted to turn everything around. He wanted to go a bit more youth and a bit more pace in the team,
Aye.
and that was just what he wanted to do. And Kenny was fine with it. I think they left quite amicable. It was.
I think it was
okay.
that sitter against Celtic that put the nail in his coffin.
Aye,
at
that
Thistle,
maybe
wasn't
helped.
it?
Aye.
What's your relationship like with Ian McCall?
I don't want to say anything nice about him, put it that way. No, I've got a great. Look, I've known him since I was 17-year-old. He came in and done pre-season with us. Sorry, he signed as a player. He was an absolute disgrace. He was coming to the end of his career. He was living in the West End, and he was still out all the time and living life. That's what he done. And he'll tell me that himself. He was the worst professional ever. But became a manager. He was
He's obviously no met Grado.
But he repeats this story because he come and done pre-season just before he left to go and take over at Clydebank or Airdrie, whatever it was, and he had a chance of Gordon Chisholm getting the Thistle job, and he came in to help Gordon Chisholm out to take pre-season, and I was at the back of the running every single year. I was miles back, and he ran round with me because he could run, so he kept me going to get me to the end, and that's the first time I really had a relationship with him. And then he signed me for Dundee United, and then I came back to Thistle before him, and then he became manager and worked under him. So I worked under him for a good part of kind of 7 or 8 years.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's never been out of a job for long either, so that tells you all you need to know. You know, the guy's a respected man in Scottish football.
He signs good types. To get, do you know what? He's morphing into John Lambie. He'll hate me saying it, but he's morphing into him. He's turning into John Lambie. He is slowly but surely. He is.
I had the pleasure of meeting Lambie a few times.
Did you?
I says, when I was going to Partick Thistle, man. By the way, what a guy. In fact, do you know what? Next week I'll bring in the photo. There's a picture of me sitting in his knee in his office. Honestly. It wasn't even when I was away, and it was just a few years ago. So, following in their footsteps and taking the Partick Thistle manager's job yourself, what was that like?
It was different. Because I was a player. I was still kind of captain. I was taking under 18 stroke reserves at the time as well. Because Jackie was the manager. Jackie McNamara. Him and Simon had done a great job. We were up the top of the league, flying high. We started to lose a few games, and then Dundee United came in for him and took over, and then I stood in to be kind of temporary manager. I knew once I'd done that, I'd kind of put my head
On the chopping board?
on the chopping board, because you know when a new manager comes in, they probably want to empty me, so we had to win every game, and thankfully won most of the games with the players we had. And the players were brilliant. They made it easy for me, to be fair.
I think Jackie left a decent platform for you as well, didn't he?
Oh, a great bunch of boys, really. Boys that had all been kind of a mixed bag of boys that had been released but still hungry to get back. Guys that played with Rangers or Celtic, Hearts and Hibs, released and had rejection, but were still desperate to get back and win something.
It was a good side.
And they're all still playing, and that tells you a bit about them. They're all still playing at a decent level, they boys.
So is it true that at half time you have canapes? No.
What, as in fid, scoff?
It's Partick Thistle, isn't it? It's
In the dressing room or the boardroom?
prawn sandwiches. Pass the green tea, Kenny.
It's got that reputation, isn't it?
It does.
The hipster
It's like a hipster club, aye. And do you find that way? Any of
It's a great
party
club.
club.
Look, it's
aye.
a complete unique club. I think I used to have to sell it to players. Obviously, you're trying to sign them and bring them to the club. And see, once they're involved in it, they want to stay. So
Aye.
they have that kind of relationship with it. Once you're there, you got a good bond with the fans. It is a real community club in terms of everybody. You know, every day you've stewards that have been there for years, or it'll be people look after the ball boys, guys like that. They're honestly all in the club.
It's a family club.
Aye, very much
it's a
so.
family
You know,
club.
everybody. One for
That's
chairman,
great.
for the chairman to whoever it will be, whatever job they've got, whether a volunteer, they're all part of the one unit.
That's it. That's brilliant. That's what you're wanting, isn't it?
Was it a tough decision for you? Obviously, you were a manager at Thistle for 4 years and then come back as an assistant. Was that
Aye, it was. It was.
messing about your head a wee bit? Or?
Aye, a wee bit. The only reason I came back because it was Colley, because
Aye.
it was McCall. Aye, and I'd worked with him before, and he's got the best. He wants to do the best for Partick Thistle because he's lived in the West End since he moved to Glasgow as a young boy. So he loves Thistle as well.
Aye.
And so did I. And it was horrible, even though I'd left for a long time. It was horrible seeing them struggle after I'd left as well. It's no nice. People think, oh, you'll enjoy that because you were the ex-manager. I'd been part of the club for, I think, 17 years or something at that time, or maybe longer, maybe 20 years or so. So you don't want to see them struggling.
No.
So it's the people that you leave behind as well, isn't it? You know, like if you've been the manager, there's going to be people that are left for your tenure.
Aye.
And you know that they're going through a hard time, and it's like seeing them experiencing that must be quite hard as well. Because I would imagine like the manager kind of being like a father figure, you know what I mean? So you'll have looked down at them as your mates kind of thing, you know what I mean?
It's all just part of one family, and that's when you see it. See when you win something, it's brilliant because everybody's part of it. And the ugly side is when you do go down, like we went down, and you see how it affects.
Aye.
Everybody thinks that affects the players, but there's the office staff to cleaners
Aye.
and kit men and all that.
It's got a domino effect
affects
everywhere, innit?
everybody. Honestly, it's horrible.
It's crazy that this downward turn in your fortunes, it seems to have come after you've had everything put in place, you know, like the foundation and stuff like that, and all the benefactor for the man that won the lottery and sadly is no longer with us anymore. But it's the foundations of the club is
It's there.
excellent,
Aye.
you know. So to see them struggling the way they're struggling just now, it baffles me because all the building blocks are there for a right good football club. So what do you think needs to happen for to get the players? Get them going a wee bit more and get them.
If we stay up this year, and when we do stay up, we can just go and building it. I think what the manager's done this time is he's signed players in January, and hopefully that they'll have a longer term future. He's not signed players that we're going to have to get rid of again,
Right,
because that's what happens when you change managers, and you change it all the time. A manager will come in and they'll like him, and they'll empty it. So this time, hopefully there's continuity there in the squad, and we stay up, we're just adding 3 or 4 players, because that's all we've done. When we did have success, or you would have a group base of players, then hopefully every summer or the January window, you're only adding maybe 4 or 5 in the summer, and maybe 1 or 2 or 3 in the January window, whatever you needed.
You're not upsetting the squad too much. You're still
You're not
keeping the
upsetting
core
too
there.
much, everybody know each other, and you get that strong, rather than starting a whole new again, starting again.
Well, you been manager for a while and now you're back as assistant, and Ian McCall, does he let you implement any of your ideas on, or if you don't agree with something that he's saying to the players today, does he let you have some sort of input that way if you don't agree with him?
He doesn't even want to be in the training field, he just likes making decisions. He sticks his power suit on and comes to work on a Saturday and match day. But no, he lets me and Neil take training. He's
That's
the other assistant manager, we'll take training, he'll just turn up and just shout at everybody. And that's what he does.
Remember my pal Ricky Little that played with Partick?
Aye, Ricky, still coaching.
And he said that he used to turn up for training and the first thing he would do was like, be sent out to go and buy rolls and slice for him and all that. That's what he wanted. Aye, in McCall, aye. So I think he's still tanning the rolls and slices.
You know, he's cutting back that a wee bit. He's on the porridge, I think, sometimes. But no,
Must
he'll
have
listen to
ready,
his quiz on the
Junior.
radio and he'll get out the motor and then he'll take charge and he'll let us do something. If he doesn't like it, he'll change it. But ultimately he'll pick the team and pick the squad.
Would you like to go back into management?
I would at one time, aye. It's strange because it gives you, I'm now the assistant manager, me and Neil Scally, I sit and that's the first thing I noticed. I think we lost the air 4-0 and it was his whole team. And I looked across the desk, I seen Ian, I'm thinking, oh my God, that was me fucking 2 years ago, sorry. That was me 2
You're allowed
years
to swear, mate.
That was me 2 years ago, and he looked totally drained and absolutely scunnered with life, and that's what it does to you. The highs are so high, but the lows, because everybody thinks, oh, it's a great job being a manager, but it can be a lonely time.
Right, man.
I know.
Was that on your training ground?
I think they kiboshed it when they went down. They did a change, and you just thought, no, because they had one, they picked a place and they had too much boxes to tick. I think they picked a site out at Bishop Briggs, and they was talking about having to put new roads and stuff in for it, and it became too much cost. I think they just kiboshed it, especially going down as well, probably wouldn't have helped that.
Aye. It's a shame what happened to that guy, I take it.
Aye,
Has that had a big effect on the club? Or is it?
No, not at the moment.
Was that not really today? Was he meant to be funding this training?
No, he was funding that, and he was funding the academy. I mean, he's done brilliant for the club. What Colin did over the years was fantastic. But he didn't put any money into the first team squad or anything like that. But he took a big weight off it because he funded the academy. So we didn't have to fund that. So it didn't come out of my budget at the time. So no, and he also put money into different things. He was honestly, it was fantastic, and he's left a fantastic legacy. So
Definitely has, man.
See with you and McCall, right? Who goes? What's my question here?
I don't know. You're asking.
Team talks.
Who goes through them? You or him? Who's an angrier man?
That's his job. No, I don't have to do that. No, that's his job.
And you want to look at the two of them and see what one's the bad guy.
To be fair, he's mellowed. Well, there's Neil Scally as well. There's 3 years now. So, but no, he's mellowed. Ian's mellowed a lot. I think I've only seen him maybe erupt once or twice this year. Whereas before, I remember him throwing tables and everything. Aye.
He comes across as a pure hard man, doesn't he?
Aye.
He really does come across as a biting
Seems a wee
sandy.
bit like the Hulk. He just erupts.
You're saying he's he's morphing into Lambie a wee bit. You were saying.
Is, aye.
So see, like, is it quite a sight? 'Cause you've obviously been there with Lambie and McCall. So is the team talks quite similar? Have they got? What's the team talks like before a game? Is it quite motivational? Is it quite?
There's a massive difference because Ian McCall knows the players' names. Lambie would get everything mixed up and rang and everything. He used to call me Stevie. All right, Stevie. I'm like,
Steve Archibald.
that
Only
was-
one of Scotland's greatest ever exploits.
But that was Johnny on the back. That was who he was like. He was just I was going to say he was a one-off, but there's no nearly 2 of them. But no, that's when we do stuff. And I mean, they're similar in terms of what John was good at was signing players at the right times. He would sign players every Friday afternoon. We'd get a new player walk in the dressing room, and it would just make us better. And that's what he was good at. He was saying, wouldn't he just be players, be characters for the dressing room. That was the big thing. It'd be a character as well. So, and Ian's a lot like that as well. And he's a wee bit eccentric. And John was the same. What he was like with his pigeons and his mental behaviour.
Of these do's, didn't he?
Who's the biggest characters in the dressing room now? That's rolling the sleeves up, going, we're in a relegation battle here, we need to...
I think we've just signed Brian Graham, and he's been brilliant for us. He's scored a couple of goals, but just his leadership skills as well, he's been fantastic. And we need a bit of that. We probably lacked a wee bit of that. We probably didn't have that. We're quite a young group. We know as much leadership, and we've signed likes of him. We've signed Zach Rudden, who was at Rangers as well. Really good player.
How's he doing? All right, aye.
Well, he's just back fit, so hopefully do well for us. He's looked at a right prospect. So, and we've got Stuart Bannigan, Tam O'Ware. We've got guys in there that will hopefully.
Bannigan's a
What
player.
about the player Penrice? Is his ma still going to the games?
I've not seen her. I know her well, but I've not seen her actually.
Can you tell who knows who likes football really and who doesn't really bother?
It's coming across,
You
aye.
see this guy's ma.
Jerry Pellini. Jerry Pellini. This guy's
I don't think there was a guy called Jerry Pellini. I think it was like Sergio Perini and Grado's just getting mixed up. So see last season, Alan, you said that Gary Harkins. Now see Gary Harkins, I've always thought of him as one of the most talented players in Scotland.
Big time.
Right? Seriously,
Aye, same.
right?
Aye.
I don't know how he never ended up having a better career than he's had, right? But what's the? I mean, he's away to Steny now, right? What's the reasoning behind that?
I don't know exactly. Maybe he'll come back halfway through, and wasn't he long back for injury, Gary?
Aye.
And I think he's maybe touching on 35 now. So try to get him to play. I don't think he had like 90 minutes in him at our level.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, Ian signed him my first time at Thistle. I mean, Ian signed him for Blackburn, and he came through as this wee scrawny boy, but the ability he had was incredible.
Honestly, I genuinely was one of the players that, being a Celtic fan, I would have, if we had signed him, I would have been happy with that signing. I always thought he was an exceptionally talented footballer.
He's got to play in the right team and have the right role. He doesn't have to say, right, go and play. I think he did his best spell. I remember him playing against him. He was at Dundee. I think it was him, Hemmings and Greg Stewart. And they were incredible together, and Paul Hartley let him just go and do his thing. Didn't have to really chase back all the time, and got the quality out and going forward.
He's a bit of a luxury player, isn't he?
He's a bit of a luxury player.
Do you know who he reminded me? And that's obviously not on the same level, but he was the same type of player as Robert Prozanecki, where he would stand in the middle of the park and he would spray balls about and stuff like that.
Probably doesn't know who that is.
And going up,
No.
Right, he was... do you know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Sorry.
Love the fag.
But he smoked about 20 a day.
He came out at Parkhead. Celtic were playing Croatia Zagreb. He came out at Parkhead, out the tunnel,
I bet you.
chucked the fag to the side, went on and absolutely bossed the game, man. What a player.
Aye, skillful.
I like to think Gary Harkins enjoyed a fag in the dressing room.
Made a glass of vodka.
Every time I seen Gary Hart, I always thought, he always struck me as this kind of player that would just me and my mates will say, he'd be fucking shit a lot at 5-a-sides.
Aye,
Something
yes.
your team at 5,
Five-a-sides
but
player.
it did look like a fitness thing, man. Like he could never really finish 90 minutes. It looked like
Aye.
his fitness was always lacking, but so technically gifted. But
I need to get Junior on and get the
Aye.
sports science. Gary Harkins will be at Barcelona next season.
cross the net, kind of manager. What about your playing career? What was your biggest highlights in your playing career?
My biggest highlights, back-to-back promotions that you mentioned. See, when you win anything at a football club, it becomes special because you've got such a bond with the guys in the dressing room. MD will say that to you, they win something and you'll always remember it. So they back-to-back promotions, and then it was kind of half-player manager, we won it again. But probably that group of players we had were brilliant. The dressing room was bonkers, to say the least. That was when you could go out on a Tuesday and play on a Saturday and all that.
That's what you want.
And it was total trash Tuesday. You could go to trash on a Tuesday and then you were...
Oh, I remember trash.
Things
Used to
like
go on
that, and then you
Tuesday.
play on a
Up and
Saturday. You
down.
know, if you were drinking a Tuesday or a Wednesday, I thought you're not getting a game, do you know what I mean? It's not happening. But we had a great team spirit, Jerry Britton, Martin Hardie, guys like that. Big Mark McNally played. We had a real good group that we won back-to-back promotion. And stayed up comfortably as well in the Premier League that year, the year after.
Who's the best player you've ever played with?
Jerry Pelini.
Do you know what? Apart from Jerry Pelini,
Welcome to the Jerry Pelini Football Daft podcast.
Sponsored by
I think
police.
Charlie Miller was probably one of them.
Oh, mate, the amount of players
Charlie-
that say that.
I know.
The amount of
Ridiculous.
players that say that,
And I
man.
only played with him probably a few times sober. No, he was brilliant. He was really, honestly, the things he could do.
A nice guy.
Probably
Nice
such
guy.
a waste that he never made it. Well, never made it. He played with Rangers, whatever else, but he should probably have.
Always have him done as a
much
wasted
better
talent.
career.
But
Aye,
I
that's
just
what I
always,
mean.
I just always think that.
I think I feel he should have signed for Celtic.
I knew. I think I played.
What a player
18
Charlie
with
Miller
Charlie.
was.
It was a youth. I remember him. We went to go and play in the Carroll Norwich Cup or something, the Canary Cup down at Norwich, and you just seen all the scouts around him. He was just incredible at that age. You just knew.
Aye.
Probably a bit like Billy Gilmore now.
Aye.
And that was what Charlie was going to be. He probably went into the Rangers dressing room at a wrong time.
Well,
Probably, aye.
that's what probably, you know, why Billy went down there, you know, he's
To
down
get
there
away
in
from
London.
Aye, you
he's
escape
with all
the
other players.
fishbowl of
The Glasgow
Glasgow.
fishbowl, man, aye.
You know what I mean? Because he's only one injury away from
That's it.
ending up like that.
Great that
You've
you
got so
look
much
at it
spare
like that.
time.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Jan.
other people get slaughtered a bit for going down. He shouldn't be going. He should be staying here.
He's a young boy. I think a lot of people had seen what had happened previously with players like Islam Farouz going
Aye.
down for Celtic, and you never heard from him again. You know what I mean? He came back up here on loan at Hibs and never even got a game. Now, this boy was the great hope of Celtic Football Club,
That's
and when
right.
he left, the backlash was unbelievable. Billy never got it to the same extent, but he did get it, and I think that comes off the back of you're going to be ruining your career going down there, because look at this boy that done it before.
Aye, but he's proven
But
him,
Billy's obviously got the confidence in his abilities, and he's
Exactly.
no a wee idiot.
No, because
Do you
even
know
when
what I
he was
mean?
in here, man, he was totally smartened up to how to handle questions and all that. It's even just when he was speaking to the media there, and he's so switched on with all that
Yeah.
stuff. He's
I think
completely...
they probably go through like media training and
Oh,
stuff like
definitely,
that.
man. That's what they're
100%.
doing. But they're doing it with computers and all that, and learning all the different stuff.
And
like-
everybody's trying to catch everybody out. You know that way, and see if a young boy says the wrong thing. Remember that boy that Liverpool signed last season, and it came out that he had slagged Harry Kane.
That's right. Aye, that's right.
And he had to come out and make a public apology and stuff like that. And the backlash. These are young boys. You know what I mean? What you need to remember is Billy Gilmore's 17-year-old.
He's 18.
18 now, right? They're going to say daft things. You know what I mean? It's just as long as they've got the right person guiding them. And I think that's where people like John Lambie, you know, a manager that is a good man manager and can keep somebody's head on straight. You know, if Billy's got somebody like that in his life, the sky's the limit for
It
him.
looks like they're looking after him down there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It looks like Lampard
absolutely.
took
Oh,
care of him anyway.
you see the way Lampard talks about him. It's not like I gave him a game the night
No.
because he's I just gave. I mean, it's like I.
Deserves it.
I've got
And the other side of
confidence
the
in him.
coin's the boy at Motherwell, the boy Turnbull. Look how quickly
Yeah,
that changed right for
exactly.
him.
Oh,
1 minute
no.
he's nearly going to Celtic.
Exactly.
I think Celtic will still sign him actually.
I hope so. I hope so. But
And also look at Jerry Pelini, I know. It's been a while since we mentioned him.
I know he's at the buffs, and then the next thing you never hear about him
The
again.
next thing he's tapping Al on the shoulder. He's lost all his Tony Blair.
Aye, he's taking his order in that pub in the Inter.
Has got RP shirt.
oh, is it? I'm not sure.
Is he?
You need to still talk about him.
Jesus Christ, Grado.
Guinness his full medical background and all.
And see at least if you're going to do that, going to no wait until we've slagged them for being bald.
Right, moving on from Jerry Pelini for fucking 1 minute. We've got some listeners' questions, Alan. Right, this is a wee thing we do every week. Right, so you can choose to answer them or pass depending on their name and their Twitter profile. Right.
You on Twitter?
No,
No. Instagram?
nothing.
Should get it.
I don't think I want to get it.
Grado just wants an half follower.
Aye, I know. He's only got 500,000 followers, know what I mean? Right, so Grado, I'll let you ask it first,
Right,
man.
so-
You kinda agree to answer it
So
or pass?
you can agree to answer it or you can pass. So the first person, Jules NX, his display picture is a which
Well,
looks.
wait a minute, we need to explain this to Alan.
Aye, I don't even get my fucking self.
You decide if you want to answer the question based on the description of this person's
How
photograph.
do we not just get it up the picture up? No.
I just told Aaron that, didn't I? I just told you that.
Sorry,
I
man.
just said that.
Right.
Sorry, I'm turning
Used
into
to-
Grado. I've been hanging about with him too long.
Right,
Fucking sorry.
you two
Sorry about that,
go and get a cup of tea, I'll do this bit, right?
Yeah, you do it.
Right, so Jules NX, right, in the picture that she's got there is a picture of what looks like a raccoon.
That just sounds daft, that.
I know.
I'll answer that question.
Why just ask a
You got it?
question?
You,
Aye, I'll
aye,
answer
you
that
got that.
question.
Right, okay, our question is... Hold on.
Well, I mean, ask it.
What? No, right.
You know why I ask you, shite bag.
I don't want to ask that.
I'll
right,
ask it.
Right, remember, it's not me asking you, it's somebody for social media asking you.
Jesus
Fuck's sake,
Christ,
John, man,
man.
you flung us under a
I
bus
can't
there.
believe you fucking put this question on
Do you
here,
know what
man.
that's like? That's like the Rangers players with Steven Gerrard. You fucking flung us under a bus there.
That's
John,
not what that
fuck's
is.
sake.
This is Tavernier's notes.
Oh, no.
Right, you ask it. You've got the boys to ask
Right,
it.
okay, Alan, why are you so shite?
No, him. We, the team.
Aye, why are we so shite?
Alright.
I meant we as a team, sorry. I meant you as a team, sorry. Why are we so shite?
Because we can't keep clean sheets, but we've got one the other night and hopefully we'll bounce on for that.
Good. That's
There you
it.
go, Jules.
Get it up, you Jules. Get it up, you producer John.
No.
The next question's from Louis Tully. What a name that is, right? Picture of Louis from Ghostbusters, and there's no biog. What the fuck, John?
I know, man. Just ask the questions.
This is another bad question,
I know.
John.
He doesn't get past.
I'll pass on this one.
Aye, thank you, right, Chris.
By the way, this is an absolute fucking hatchet job you're doing on here.
Aye.
I know.
I'm not pleased with this, I'm going to be honest with you. Right, this one. Cameron 1876, picture of a Thistle player in his profile.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
Right, question for both you and Martin. Okay.
Martin can answer it.
Can we get Martin on Facebook?
What is the one game that sticks out in your mind as a Thistle player?
For a good reason, obviously.
Either or, whatever one sticks out the most.
St Mirren, when we clinched the championship at St Mirren to go back to the Premier League.
There we go. What was the score?
I can't remember the score. I just know we
Really sticks out in your mind then?
For 2 reasons, that and Derek Fleming broke his leg.
Oh,
And we all went to
Christ.
celebrate and he went to hospital. But it was a good
It's Gaza. That's Gaza in the cup final all over again, huh?
Aye, aye.
Lisa Black, she's got a picture with her Wayne. She's a mum, Prosecco drinker, and a Thistle lover.
Sean Connery there, Prosecco drink.
I'll answer actually.
Aye. Have you ever tried on the Kingsley outfit?
I've not tried it on. I've had to guide Kingsley around a bit of hospital once or twice because you can't see in it by all accounts.
Aye.
You can't see where
And
he's
that's
going.
right, because we met and we got a selfie with Kings,
Aye, does he
remember?
talk either?
He did.
Aye, that one.
Aye, he did. He did.
Supposed to be.
Who you going to believe, me or him?
I'm taking Stevie's word on this one. Mate.
Right, next question is from Bobby Thistle. Picture of him with sunglasses and his bio is PTFC for life.
I'll pass on, Bob.
Oh, I wanted to ask that one or not.
I'm so glad he passed on that one.
I wanted to ask that one
So
or not.
glad he passed on it. By the way, we need to, see once Alan leaves, we need to have a fucking stand for him. By the way.
Do you know what the thing is? See, last week with Lee Miller and Cracks on, right? Falkirk boys and all that. All the questions were good questions, know what I mean? That's just, know what I mean, John?
No, that's Partick Thistle fans. Actually, why are we so shite? I'm just going to put down my craft beer and type up this question.
I got a carry out of hummus the other night and your game ruined it for me.
I'm telling you right now, my pita bread, I couldn't touch my pita bread.
Right, now it's time for the quiz.
Here we go.
No, really, but I'll give it a go.
Here we go.
Tom.
Here we go. I'm going to ask you these questions, right? I need an answer for every question. You can pass them. No, you can't pass. You need to give us an answer, right? So even if you don't know, just say something. But not fuck knows. That's Bob Malcolm's answer to everything.
To every question.
Alright.
Fuck knows. Fuck knows.
Right, we'll go through the leaderboard just now then, Alan. You've got a bit of a mountain to climb if you're going to catch number 1, Barry Ferguson on 12. Then we hit, strangely, Bob Malcolm is second in the
I
list.
actually can't believe
I know. With 6, joint in 6 is Lee Miller, Falkirk manager, and joint Falkirk manager David McCracken is the strongest because he's holding up the rest of the table with 1 point.
But he's looking cracking.
But he's looking McCracken.
I didn't even mean
done
that.
that on purpose,
I didn't mean that.
He is looking good in that
He
footy.
is.
That's a, you know what? That's a handsome fella.
Aye.
Tongue at his.
Right,
Come on.
here we go. Here we go. Tongue directly out of hoop, and we're going to ask Alan the questions in the 30 seconds. The 90 seconds start now. Who do Rangers face in the next round of the Europa League?
Bayern Leverkusen.
What is the name of St Johnstone's ground before they moved to McDermott Park?
Muirton Park.
Rolando Aarons is on loan to Motherwell from which club?
Newcastle.
Name one of the Scots that play for Norwich.
Kenny McLean.
Who is the current manager of Stranraer?
He used to play for the Buffs as well.
Chris Aiken. I know it's not his assistant.
What team did Celtic sign Henrik Larsson from?
Malmo.
Which train spotting star is a fan of Thistle?
Begbie.
Well, aye. Who scored the winning goal for Hamilton against Rangers this week?
Sorry, what did you say?
Who scored the winning goal for Hamilton against Rangers this week?
Is it Mayo? David Mayo?
Who is Steve Clark's Scotland assistant?
Dyer, Alex Dyer.
What year did Thistle win the Scottish Cup?
1971.
Who did Martin join after Airdrie?
Stenhousemuir.
What team is currently top of the Bundesliga?
Dortmund.
Which English team did Neil Lennon manage before he joined Hibs?
Bolton.
And what World Cup was Andy Roxburgh's Scotland manager?
90.
That's correct, but you've got the wrong answer there. How many Scotland under 21 caps did Alan get?
6.
Scotland international Chris Martin plays for which club?
Used to be Derby.
How many points did Dundee United?
That was
By the way,
That
you've
was
done
really
well there.
good there, mate. That was
You've done
really
well there.
good.
By the way, that is true because Andy Roxburgh was the manager in the
is-
1990
that
World
is
Cup.
Who's the
really
Stranraer
good.
manager? I know him as
Stranraer
well.
Stevie Farrell?
manager
Stevie
was
Farrell.
Stevie
He's played for the Buffs and
Farrell.
all. Aye. So the questions that you got wrong, Alan. What are you laughing at?
Pure school teacher.
Right,
that
okay, so I'm afraid you've got these ones incorrect. Who's the current manager of Stranraer? With Stevie Farrell, an ex-Buffy as well.
Should have got that.
You should have. What team did Celtic sign Henrik Larsson from?
That was a clutch. That was a guess.
Feyenoord.
It was
Feyenoord, was it?
Feyenoord. What year did Thistle win the Scottish Cup? You answered 1971.
Which is the League Cup.
Unfortunately, it's 1920 into 21 when my gran was born. Which
My
team
grand too.
beat Rangers last night? What the fuck? What?
No.
Sorry. That's good.
That's you, you fucking. He wrote
Yes!
that
Yes! I got Grado to read it out to you.
Oh, right. Well, aye. It's St Johnston's answer to the Martin one.
one. Who did Martin join after Airdrie? It was.
It was St Johnston, Alan.
What was it?
Aye.
Which team is currently top of the Bundesliga? You said Dortmund, but it's Bayern Munich.
Which English, what World Cup was Andy Roxburgh's Scotland manager? You said 1990. We had the answer as 1986 because producer John got it wrong.
So you got that right.
So you got that right.
And your final score?
No, he got another one wrong. He got the Scotland under 21 caps wrong. You get 5. But I'll be honest with you, you might know better than producer
I know.
John.
No, I don't know either. It's one of the
You
things
could
I
have
don't know.
tried. You could have challenged that. You get an extra point.
I know, it was a long time ago.
Right,
But,
okay, doc.
Alan, it doesn't look as if you need it because congratulations, Alan. You have a total of 11. You now hit the top of the league.
Well done.
Oh,
Happy with
Well
that.
done, mate.
oh, that was well played. That was well played. That is
Well
well
done,
played.
Alan.
Especially in the
Superb.
heat. It's very, very warm in here. You feel the pressure.
The climate in here is
Down,
atrocious.
down.
Brilliant.
What an effort! 11.
Oh,
What
that was
an
great.
effort!
By the way, see if I had have been a faster reader, you might have been top of the league.
I think you would have been.
It was close.
No,
What
you
was
were
the Thistle one I
faster.
got wrong? I got Pelters got the Thistle one wrong. Was it Scottish Cup? What?
They won the League Cup and some
League
against Celtic, hammered them 4-1.
I know.
That's me how you can that.
Mate,
Is that
I know
because of the
everything
guy?
about football.
That's why we got him on Football Daft.
Aye.
Exactly.
Well, Alan, thanks very much for coming in, taking time out to come and speak to us. I really enjoyed that, especially as you're one of my heroes for the 90s. Thanks for coming in, and I'll tell you what, good luck to Partick Thistle,
Yep,
because
definitely.
we're rooting for them in the Championship.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks
All
for
the
having
best,
us.
mate.
All right,
Cheers,
you're
Alan.
welcome. Take
Thanks.
care.
Alan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Audio Frontier.